Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it.
Hey guys, it's Katie Shaviko here with the Quarantine Life podcast. I wanted to make this podcast just in light of the situation that's going on right now and everything that has been affected by the coronavirus. I know there's millions of people all over the world that have been affected, and it's definitely been affecting me and my family. It's been affecting us, I wouldn't say as hard as I'm sure some people, but it's definitely been affecting us with me having 7 siblings, being in the house with 4 other ones right now. It's definitely been crazy, and it hasn't always been the easiest. I know also being a senior in high school, it's definitely been super difficult just understanding and accepting the fact that some of the things and some of the memories that we should have been able to experience, we're not going to be able to experience now because of everything that's going on. And I know that this virus is so serious and something that is not something to joke around about. And as seniors, we definitely take that into account, and we're not trying to take anything away from the coronavirus and the deaths and the lives that have been lost from this virus. I just kind of want to give you guys, I guess, my point of view and some other seniors around that are feeling the same way as I am. I know that one big thing that I was looking forward to this year was being able to finally have that senior prom. You know, it's one thing that everybody looks forward to. It's something that, you know, you go out, you go all out, you get dressed. It's all about you and the seniors. And it's just something that you just get to spend some of those last memories with your friends. I know also a lot of athletic events, also plays, concerts, everything has been canceled right now. And we just found out 2 days ago that school would be canceled for the rest of the year. And that was something that was definitely very hard for us because we won't get to go back. And the last day that I went to school, we thought that we would be out for 2 weeks and that we'd come back and we'd be able to share those memories, talk to those teachers that one last time, see those friends that we're never going to see again that last time. And now that doesn't get to happen because our school has been canceled for the rest of the year. I know that that's happened in a few other states and around the country, around the world, that school's been canceled for the rest of the year. So we're definitely feeling the pain that you guys have been feeling, knowing already that your school's been canceled. Another thing that we've had problems dealing with is senior breakfast. Also, I've been looking super forward to the senior prank. We've been talking about it for months now, just trying to think of the biggest thing, the biggest way to go out. And it definitely something that stinks because we won't be able to do that now. Also, senior breakfast, that's something that's super important, just to be able to spend that time with our family and talking to our friends and just being able to cherish those last moments together, because whether you think that you're going to be friends with somebody forever or not, like, you don't know, because you don't know where your lives are going to go, and you don't know if you guys are going to end up in different paths and you'll never see each other again. And not even just being out of school, being in quarantine. My state, where I am right now in Georgia, has just shut down for 10 days at least, and we're not allowed to leave the house. So not even just being away from our friends, but not even being able to cope with them during this time and to be sad and to just be there for each other and care for each other. Right now, the only way we're able to do that is through Zoom or FaceTime. And it's totally different when you're on FaceTime with somebody versus face-to-face. It's just, you don't feel the connection as much as you do. So that's definitely been something that's been super hard for me, is just to have to deal with this by myself. And I don't have any brothers who are in my grade, so they don't really know exactly what I'm going through. Another thing is just being able to go out and experience the things that seniors should be able to experience their last few months. A lot of us are turning 18 right now, having big birthdays and not being able to go out and go skydiving or get a tattoo or finally be able to get your ears pierced without asking your parents for permission. So it's just the small little things that I know a lot of people have been struggling with. The biggest thing right now probably being graduation, us not knowing what's going to happen with graduation, us not knowing if it's going to look how we wanted it to look, how we've pictured it looking for the last 18 years of our lives. And I think that it's definitely bigger than people think. I think that just walking across the stage isn't just nothing, you know, it's something that's very important to us, and that we literally have worked 18 years of our lives to just be able to walk across the stage and say, we did it, we're done. And obviously on to college, and that's something even bigger and better. But I feel like high school graduation is a huge milestone for a lot of people, and probably the biggest one you'll get is just being able to say that those 12 years of school are done. You don't have to go back. For some people, high school was the best 4 years of their life. For me, it's definitely been something that I've struggled with, and I've just tried to learn how to find my way and learn who I want to be and want to become. And I've hit bumps along the road. I've messed up. I've hung around the wrong people. And so especially this year, this was something that I just wanted to be able to know where I want to go with my life. And I was just starting to figure that out. I was just starting to figure out where I wanted to go to college. And so as this is happening, I find out that school's canceled. I don't have my academic advisor. I don't have my friends around me to give me the input that I need to make decisions about college. So that's definitely been something that has been super hard for me. Another thing is I managed my high school baseball team the last 2 years that I've been at this school. And as I grew closer to the guys, it became something that I was emotionally invested in and not just something that I did for fun. I grew really close to the guys. And last year, we had a heartbreaking loss in the Final Four of the state playoffs, which was really tough to see how hard they worked the entire year just for them to not make it all the way. And this year we had 9 returning seniors. We all grew super close last year in that heartbreak. They worked so hard in the off season, and just for them, just the season being canceled this year because school just got canceled was definitely something that didn't make sense to any of us. They worked so hard this season, playing 7A teams, losing close games, fighting hard, you know, just going all out, just trying to push to win that state championship this last year. I had that last chance to walk away with that ring. It's definitely been something that they've struggled with because it doesn't seem fair and it doesn't seem right. And speaking of baseball, I'm here with my brother, Tyler J. He's a sophomore at the school I go to, and he was on the varsity team this year. And so he can give you guys a little bit more about how that situation went. So Tyler J., you want to tell us a little bit about how that went for you?
For sure. Thanks for having me, Katie. Like she said, we went to the Final Four last year, hard-fought battle, and late into the series in the Final Four. We played the number 1 team in the state, Tatnall Square, going into Game 3, which is like Game 7 of the World Series for us. We also did a lot of stuff, worked hard over this offseason in the fall, had a lot of senior-led practices with 9 seniors this year. We had a lot of returning talent and also younger talent that's going to help us. That was going to help us make a run again deep this year. Unfortunately, the season being cut short. But the seniors were great leaders. We had a lot of senior-led practices. They were great leaders during the season, helping all the younger kids. And like she said, also, we were playing 7A schools, fighting hard. And I believe we got to play 14, 15 games, and we were doing really good. We were number 8 in single A, ending the season against the number 1 ranked team, Wesleyan, who was a very good team. They had, I believe, 9 commits, a couple SEC schools. And we fought hard. We did everything we could to be able to stay in that game and have a chance to beat the number 1 team in the state in the Gwinnett Baseball Report Game of the Week. It was just a tough loss, but we learned from it, and we'll be back next year, and we'll be even better.
And speaking of that game, Talajay, the Wesleyan game, I actually found out in probably the 5th or so inning, me, the other managers, and one of the coaches found out that the season had been postponed for 2 weeks. But we were told by Coach not to tell you guys because he knew that it would be something that would be devastating to y'all. So why don't you tell me, like, how it was when he told y'all that it was probably going to be the last game of the season? How was that conversation?
He told us before the game, he brought us into the bullpen, our visiting bullpen. He said, look, guys, everybody knows what's going on with the coronavirus, and we know what could happen and we hope that this isn't our last game. But he said to play like it is, and play our hearts out. He loves us and all this stuff. After the game, obviously, we're all a little emotional because it was such a hard-fought battle to the number 1 team. We're so close to beating them, back and forth battle. He was like, look, guys, we don't know what happened. GHSA sent an email that said the season suspended for 2 weeks. So at the time, we didn't think that the season was going to be canceled. We thought we'd have another chance. But he said, look, I love you guys a lot. It was really a brotherhood, including the coaches. He also said, to stay in shape, keep our arms in shape, make sure we're still working over the 2-week suspension. And we also, he said that he'll let us know whenever we work. And then it was really just, you could see all the tears in everybody's eyes knowing that it could be our last game together, and having 9 seniors and them all leaving was really heartbreaking, especially some of the seniors that I was really close to.
And speaking of the seniors, I think we have Garrett on here who played shortstop for us this year. Okay, maybe not. So anyway, Talajay, what's something that I guess if you could say one thing to the seniors about how the year went and giving them, I guess, kind of a positive word just that they can take with them on to college and leaving this team behind that I know y'all have grown so close to?
First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all of the seniors. The closest one to me was Garrett, who was going to join, but I don't know, maybe he dropped out or something. Thank you for everything you've done for me. All the seniors, thank you for everything. Thank you for taking me under your wing with this being my first year making varsity and being there for me anytime I needed y'all. I wish you guys the best of luck. Those of you who are playing in college, keep pushing hard, keep working hard like I know y'all do. Those of you who aren't playing in college, love you boys, and thanks for everything you've done for me.
Sweet. So thank you, Talajay, for being here with me. I appreciate it. Also, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys who joined. This is my first podcast. Obviously, it'll be something that I'll work at and get better at. Also, in future podcasts, I'll have guests with me who are going through the same thing, people all over the country, all over the world who are going through the same thing as I am, just trying to figure out this quarantine life. I know it's been something that we've been trying to figure out ourselves, just trying to find ways to stay busy, do stuff around the house. We've been having all sorts of projects, cleaning out the garage, painting things, washing cars every other day because of the pollen, going outside in the pool, just trying to find anything possible to keep us busy and keep our mind off of everything. So, Talajay, why don't you tell me a little bit something extra about how quarantine is affecting you, just being a sophomore? I know you're doing online school just like me. How is that going for you?
Obviously, it's not as hard as seniors because we weren't looking forward to having graduation and senior breakfast and all that stuff, and it being our last few months in high school. But it is pretty hard having to transition from learning in the classroom to learning online with no teachers helping. We have online classes every now and then, but it's definitely not the same as it is in the classroom. It's a lot harder to teach yourself, but it's a lot easier to do work and stuff, being able to do work with our friends and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I totally get that. And I don't know if you feel the same way as I do, but I feel like we have way more work now than we did before. Like, I feel like teachers are just giving us busy work, just trying to find ways to just give us stuff to do, I feel like, because they have to.
Yeah.
But also assessments. I haven't taken any assessments yet. I don't know. Have you taken any assessments?
I've taken one. I've taken two. One was just a project that he took as a test grade, and the other was an actual test, but we were able to have a partner and take the test together.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you should have said that. But, yeah, I totally agree. I have to take a test by Sunday, so I might have to take your advice on that one. But definitely something else that we're looking forward to is being able to see our friends again once this quarantine is over. And I think Garrett's back. Is Garrett back? Hey, Garrett. Garrett, can you hear us?
Is it working now?
Hey, Garrett.
What's up, G?
Is it working?
Yes, it's working now.
Okay. I don't know what that sound was.
That's okay. Do you want to give us kind of, Tyler gave us his point of view on everything. You want to give us kind of your side of how everything's been affecting you, especially with baseball. I know you're going to play D1 baseball at Stanford next year, but
I mean, yeah, like you said, we lost last year in the Final Four. It was heartbreaking. And we all kind of worked our butts off to get back there and win it all this year. And then our last game, we played the number one team. Like, I felt we could have beat them if we played, like, our best baseball, and then it all got canceled. I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is.
yeah, I know it's definitely something that's been hard for you guys. I know seeing you guys work so hard the last 2 years that I've been there. I know that you guys were undefeated region champs before I came there. So I know it's something that has definitely been super hard for you just to accept the fact that your high school ball is over. But good news is you are playing D1 baseball next year. So are you excited about going to college?
I am excited. I mean, I really enjoyed high school baseball because, I mean, I grew up with some of these kids. Like Jackson, some of them I've been to school with them since kindergarten. I've done them since I was 5. But, I mean, I'm going to Stanford with a good group of people, so I'm excited.
That's good. Tyler J., do you want to give Garrett a word to say something to him?
G, my man, thanks for everything you've done for me these 2 years. Thanks for those car rides to and from practice and home, from games and football
I know I
games.
appreciate that too.
Yeah, thanks for everything. Love you, boy. Hopefully I'll see you soon.
Of course, man. Once this quarantine gets over, we can hang out again.
Yeah, hopefully it's soon. I don't know how much longer I can take of this.
For real.
Have you been able to get out and about around the house? What have you been doing to stay busy?
I mean, I went to Walmart today.
Oh, so did I.
I mean, it's kind of been working out, hitting, stuff like that. It keeps me occupied. We're on spring break right now, so no school. It kind of makes it harder, honestly. Not much to do.
Yeah, I totally get that. Well, thank you so much, Garrett, for joining us. Next time, we'll have more guests, more people who understand everything that we're going through right now. Probably have some people who maybe aren't in our position, but somebody who has input and has advice to give to us younger kids and teenagers who are going through this right now, struggling. Just give us some positive words, because I know it's definitely something that we've all been struggling with. Nobody knows how to deal with. And I think it's something that we should definitely take into account, that every single person in the world is going through this right now. There's not one person in the world who's not going through this with somebody else. We all need to stick together during this time. Text somebody you haven't talked to, call somebody you haven't talked to, FaceTime somebody you haven't talked to. I think this is really just a good time to appreciate the small things that you have around you, appreciate the people that you have around you, especially your parents and your family. If you're a senior like me, you're going to college soon, you're not going to see your parents probably for months at a time, weeks at a time maybe. And so I think it's definitely something that we should take into account, just to appreciate the small victories that we have inside of this, just being able to spend time with family, spend time with younger siblings. I know I'm the oldest of 8, having 7 younger siblings. So it's definitely something that I've been struggling with, just knowing that I'll be going to college and kind of feeling like their biggest role model or their biggest supporter is not going to be with them at all times. So that's definitely something I've been trying to accept. And I think it's something that everybody should think about too, and not just all the bad things, because I could sit and think about the things that Corona has taken from me all day long. I could be sad, I could cry, but I'm deciding to use the time in a positive way and just trying to find the good that can come out of this. I know that praying is definitely something that I'm doing right now, because nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows how this is going to end, how soon this is going to end. And the only thing that we have to hold on to that is sturdy and that is going to be there is God. And some of you may not have the same beliefs as me, but I just urge you to just be praying and to just give God clarity. If you're having any anxiety or worries about this, just pray, because that's the only thing we can do is just keep faith that God has a bigger plan for our lives than sitting at home for weeks at a time and not doing anything, not being able to see our friends. So that's pretty much it for today's podcast. I'm so glad that all of you joined. Next time we'll have a guest on with us who isn't my brother and who maybe has some more points that they can give to us. I'm sure we'll have some updates with what's going on. Also, just trying to give you guys the clarity that you're not going through this alone. Whether you are a senior or you're not a senior, we're all going through this together. We're all trying to figure out how to get through this. So I think we all need to stick together. I know that I definitely would love to hear from all of you guys. DM me on Instagram. I have TikTok. I'm a big TikTok girl. So you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'd love to talk to you guys. Send me messages. Ask me questions that you'd like me to answer in podcasts if you would like me to. And I'd be so excited to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And I'll see you next time.